What's up, everybody? It's JT Sports and back to you guys with another video. This video I'm here with my Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets. Preview and prediction. I'm going to be previewing this matchup and giving my final prediction of who will win this game near the end of the video. Now, before I begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I upload NFL videos and college football videos daily. Now, this game is very interesting to me, not just because this is a divisional game and this is the first time that these two teams will play out of two. I think both of these teams have a chance of making it into the wild card spot, and this is a game that's going to be very, very pivotal in determining who ends up getting that wild card spot, because we already know it only takes one loss to separate you from being on the couch watching the playoffs at home or actually being in the playoffs. So I think this game is very pivotal. Like I said, this is a divisional game, so these two teams are going to face each other twice. And this game, I'm really interested in this game because both of these two teams had very good off seasons. Both of these two teams drafted very well, and both of these two teams had very good free agencies. The Buffalo Bills in free agency, they drastically improved their offensive line. Their offensive line is going to be miles ahead of where it was last season. And also the wide receiving core. They got Cole Beasley, they got John Brown. Now, none of those guys are really flashy and whatnot, but Cole Beasley is a very reliable receiver. He has very good hands, and also John Brown, he's a wide receiver who can take the top off of defense. He's a very good deep threat. And also you got Zay Jones, who was their best receiver last year. And last year, the Buffalo Bills had probably the worst wide receiving core in the NFL last year. I mean, all you just got to do is look up Buffalo Bills wide receivers, and it's going to be like a 5-6 montage of nothing but drops, misran routes, tip passes that ended up going through their fingertips, that ended up getting intercepted. And I mean, it was just disastrous. Then you look at the running back position. They got rid of LaShawn McCoy. So now you got Frank Gore there, and you got Devin Singletary there. So, I mean, this Buffalo Bills team, they're young and experienced. They have some young guys, and they have some veterans on that team. And the big thing with the Buffalo Bills in this game is going to be how Josh Allen is going to perform. So Josh Allen is going to have to be able to... We're going to see how much Josh Allen has improved from last season to this season when it comes to him being a passer, because we know how good this guy is running the football, because he really caught me by surprise. I mean, I did not think he was that athletic. I mean, I think he had more rushing yards than Lamar Jackson last year. I mean, this guy had even better runs than Lamar Jackson has had. I mean, this guy was hurling over defenders. He was doing spin moves. He was running guys over. I mean, he was Madden 20 trucking guys and things like that. I mean, spin moves, hurdles, juice. I mean, this guy has some impressive running touchdowns. I did not expect. I'm going to give Josh Allen his props, right? Although he was what we thought he was as a passer, I mean, he only completed about 52% of his passes and things like that. I mean, this guy is a phenomenal athlete. I knew he had some athleticism, but Christ, I did not know Josh Allen was that doggone athletic. I did not think this guy would end up being just as good running the football as Lamar Jackson. So if you're the New York Jets, you definitely have to watch out for it, because this guy Josh Allen, when this guy has some highlight reel runs, this guy has some highlight reel runs, man. This guy has some very impressive touchdowns. And I mean, you don't want this guy running butt wild. And the Buffalo Bills don't want him running butt wild neither, because this is a guy who is going to be susceptible to hits. He missed a couple of games last season as well due to injury. So this is a guy in Josh Allen. He's going to have to be able to have some success passing the ball in this game. And this New York Jets secondary is very, very solid, led by Jamal Adams. Have a very solid group, and also this is also a group that can also get after the passer as well. So I'm very interested in seeing what Josh Allen does in this game, and also looking at the New York Jets as well. I mean, this isn't an easy task for a guy like Adam Gase and Sam Darnold to be facing. I mean, this is going to be a very good Buffalo Bills defense. That was one of the best defenses last year. They have a very good secondary, a very solid group of linebackers, and they have a very good front seven. And Ed Oliver, I think he's going to end up winning Defensive Rookie of the Year this year. I've never seen a defensive tackle that has been so explosive. And his first, if you look at all the Houston games that he played in last year, I watched a lot of Houston games. This dude's first step and his burst, as soon as the quarterback hikes the ball, I've never seen that burst and that explosiveness out of a defensive tackle in a very, very long time. I mean, this dude gets out his stance boom, he's there, man. He's there. He's either disrupting plays in the backfield or getting the quarterback down to the ground. He also had a very solid preseason as well. So, I mean, Ed Oliver, I think he's going to end up having a very good rookie year, man. But I think this Buffalo Bills defense is going to give this New York Jets offense a little bit of some trouble, especially considering the fact that the Jets, they improved their offense, their offensive line, but I still don't think their offensive line is going to be that good. And I do think the Buffalo Bills can end up taking advantage of that. Now, the New York Jets did improve their wide receiving core. They got Jamison Crowder. He was probably the Washington Redskins' best receiver. The Washington Redskins could not afford to lose him. So now you got a slot guy. You got Robbie Anderson, who really disappointed me last year. I thought Robbie Anderson would end up having a breakout year, but a lot of people think this is going to end up being his breakout year. He's a very good deep threat who can take the top off of a defense. So this New York Jets offense is going to be very interesting to watch. And then they got Adam Gase there as well. Was the head coach of Miami Dolphins for a couple of years. And I'm really interested in seeing what this New York Jets offense looks like under head coach Adam Gase. Now looking at my keys to victory, what each of these teams needs to do and able to have a chance to win this game. The New York Jets, obviously they need to force Josh Allen to win the game. And when I mean win the game, I mean passing the football. You don't want Josh Allen to run the ball all over the field and things like that. Although I think Jamal Adams is going to be able to have something to say about that. I think if Josh Allen runs the ball, then Jamal Adams is going to be able to lay the hit stick on him. But I think if you're the New York Jets, you want Josh Allen passing the football. I mean, even if he has shown some improvement, you still want to see where he's at. If you lose this game, you want to lose this game letting Josh Allen beat you through the air rather than running the football and things like that. You don't want Buffalo being able to run the football on you and things like that. You want Josh Allen to beat you through the air. And although I think he's improved, I still think he's going to be able to struggle somewhat, and I still think he's going to be a little bit inconsistent throwing the football and things like that. But if you're the New York Jets, you want Josh Allen to beat you throwing the football. If you want to lose, this is the way that you want to lose. You want to say, hey, we're not going to let the Buffalo Bills run the ball on us, anything like that. We're not going to let Josh Allen run. We're going to let Josh Allen sit back and see if he can actually hit some wide open wide receivers. And we're going to see how much he has improved over last season if you're the defensive coordinator for the New York Jets. So if I'm the defensive coordinator for the New York Jets, I feel way more comfortable letting Josh Allen sit there and try to complete passes, because although he might be improved, I still think he's going to be a little bit inconsistent in that department as well. Don't think he's going to hit a lot of passes. And then you got to force the wide receivers for the Buffalo Bills to make plays. And the Buffalo Bills wide receiving core, although it is improved, it's still not a great group of wide receivers. You got Cole Beasley and John Brown. Cole Beasley isn't necessarily a lead or great wide receiver. He's just a very reliable wide receiver with great hands. But you want to make these wide receivers to make some tough plays, make them to make some tough catches, and then you're going to have to force them to kind of make plays for Josh Allen. You're going to have to force them to get open. I would feel comfortable playing man-to-man coverage in this game, just for the fact that I'm not really sold on that these wide receivers are necessarily going to be able to put fear in opposing teams' secondary and things like that. So if you're the New York Jets, you want these wide receivers to make plays and things like that. Force them to make some tough catches and things like that for Josh Allen, especially considering the fact that Josh Allen's accuracy isn't necessarily the best, although he probably has improved. Still don't think it's going to be that good. So you want these wide receivers to make some tough catches and force them to make some plays. Now, if you're the Buffalo Bills, you want to win the line of scrimmage. You want to be able to get that defensive line going with those guys like Ed Oliver and those boys up front. And you want to force the New York Jets to abandon the run early and force them to start passing the ball, which is probably the strength of this Buffalo Bills team, because they have a very good secondary. And you want to be able to control the line of scrimmage. And if you're able to control the line of scrimmage, then I think the Buffalo Bills are going to have a very good chance of winning this game. And also, they need to be able to stop Le'Veon Bell. Now, Le'Veon Bell, he's going to get a lot of touches in this game. I think he's going to, although this is going to be his first game playing football in a very, very long time, I think he's still going to end up getting around 30 touches, probably 25 touches in this game. I don't know. I don't think the New York Jets are going to try to work him into their offense. They're not going to waste, I don't think they're going to waste any time. They paid a lot of money for Le'Veon Bell, so I think they're going to want to try to get Le'Veon Bell nearly 30 touches, 20 touches in this game. So you want to stop Le'Veon Bell. And I don't know, I'm not really sold on the Buffalo Bills linebackers when it comes to pass coverage. They have good linebackers when it comes to stopping the run and things like that, but I don't necessarily like them in pass coverage. But you're going to have to be able to stop Le'Veon Bell some way, somehow, because I do think he's going to be a big focal point on if the New York Jets win this game or not. And you got Jamal Adams, so maybe you put Jamal Adams on him and things like that. But I think he's going to be a big reason if the New York Jets win this game. He's going to have an imprint on this game some way, somehow. So if you're the Buffalo Bills, you kind of want to neutralize his impact on this game. Yeah, he might make a couple of plays, but you just want to minimize the impact that he has on this game. So the team that I'm going with to win this game, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. I just think their defense is going to make a couple of plays that's going to give them a couple of drives when they have good field position. And also, I just think that this Buffalo Bills defensive line is going to be able to take advantage of this offensive line for the New York Jets. And I think the New York Jets are going to be a very solid team. I just like this Buffalo Bills defense. I think this Buffalo Bills defense is going to end up being a top 5 defense by the time this year is ended. And I think they're going to end up making a couple of plays that affects the outcome in this game. And I think Josh Allen, he's going to make a couple of good throws. I think he's also going to have a couple of touchdown passes as well. And I do think that Buffalo Bills are going to be able to have some success running the ball with Frank Gore and Devin Singletary. I think Frank Gore is injured at the time I'm recording this video, so I don't really know his status or whatnot. But I still do think the Buffalo Bills are going to be able to win this game due to how good their defense is. And I think their defense is going to be a big reason why they win this game. I don't think this game is going to be high scoring. I think the Buffalo Bills win this game 13-10 is my final score prediction for this game, and I'm going with the Buffalo Bills to win. So let me know who you guys think is going to end up winning this game down in the comment section down below. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content, and thanks for watching.